You can tell that you're older when it's 8 o'clock and you're ready for bed on New Year's Eve, but you have to stay up longer because the party doesn't even start until 10:30. Uh, can any of you out there relate? Hey guys, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector. Welcome to another live stream. This was completely random. I am doing some things in the Batcave, and I thought, why not hang out just for a little bit? It won't be a super long show, but I thought some of you, I don't know exactly if you're out and about yet or not, but I thought maybe this would be kind of like a pre-party before you do go out and celebrate the new year. Happy New Year to everybody that is overseas, that it's already tomorrow. And for everybody else, I hope you're all having a great evening. And again, Happy New Year, everybody. So welcome to the show. This is just a hangout show, just to hang out, guys. No agenda, no mission. You guys run the show as always. And so again, just thank you everybody for being here. I want to give a shout out to Ben Hizzle. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. It's great that you guys are here. Hope you're all having a great night so far. Happy New Year, guys, from Melbourne down under Australia. Best wishes for 2024. I'm assuming you are already well into 2024 at this point, Paul. Happy New Year to you. We got Brotherhood member Justin Racklin. Hey, Justin, hope you're doing great. Our family, we're going to be heading out here real soon. We got an event that we're going to this evening to ring in the new year. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to that. Usually we just stay home and do nothing and count down. We usually whenever you're in Kansas, you count down at 11 because that's when the East Coast does it. It's actually midnight there. So we always do the fake countdown at 11 and usually go to bed after that. So we're actually going to ring in the new year this way. Justin's laughing. Daniel Caruso, is that your real name, Daniel? I got to know. Happy New Year from Thailand, 9:15 a.m., 1st of January. Happy New Year to you and everybody in Thailand. That's awesome. Happy New Year, Chris. Thank you, DC Collector 37. Thank you very much. Hey, Fred, thanks for being here. Got Joe Latore in the house. Thank you for being here, my friend. Happy New Year, BSC. Chris is an amazing person. Well, thank you very much, Georgia. I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody that checked out the Batman versus Joker diorama. Spent today filming the whole room tour. So tomorrow, guys, for your New Year's Day, there's I think a 45-minute room tour. I've got art on the walls. I've got statues moved around. And so hopefully that'll give you something to do. Hopefully you have the day off tomorrow. Ronaldo Rodriguez, Happy New Year, everyone from Brooklyn, New York. Thank you very much. Wow. So you were getting ready to ring in the new year. It looked like Times Square was already pretty crazy. I was watching some TikToks earlier today about, just them being lined up and how crazy that must be. I think it would be fun to do at least once. John Metcalf, a good evening from the UK. It's already 2 hours into 2024, and I'm a fair few drinks in. Congrats on the new year, Batman. Thank you very much, John. Man, that piece is absolutely incredible. And chances are probably not tomorrow, but probably Tuesday. I will be doing the live unboxing of the Zatanna. I was thinking about doing it today, but I spent most of the day cleaning up the Batcave and getting it ready for the room tour. And so the room tour, like I said, the room tour will be tomorrow. And then probably the Zatanna live will be on Tuesday. That's awesome. So anyway, Happy New Year to you in the UK. Hope everything's going well over there. Jacob T, Happy New Year to you, Jacob. Happy New Year. Just watching my Packers tonight. Man, I watched the Chiefs earlier, and they played pretty sloppy, but they looked pretty good at the end. Stephen Warren, Happy New Year, Chris. Hope you have a great night. It's been a rather rough one for me since losing my mother on the 10th. Stephen, I'm so sorry. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. It is never easy to lose anyone this time of year, and I can't even imagine what you must be dealing with. But as I tell kids that I work with, just always try to remember the greatest memories that you have, because I know that there are so many memories that you have, and focus on things that make you laugh, that you guys laughed together. But my heart is with you tonight. Drove to Kentucky to get a Maji case for cheap. That's great. Sometimes it's worth the drive, right? It's awesome. Happy New Year to Derek Hodges. Thank you very much, Derek. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, everybody. Hey, Zal, Happy New Year to you. Blackbird Tech, Brotherhood member, thank you very much to all of our members tonight. You could tell that they're members right there. They get the special emblem. And again, thank you guys so very much. Happy, everyone. Happy New Year to you. Daniel says, yes, it is my real. That's crazy. And I heard all the Karate Kid jokes when I was a kid. Luckily, no one messed with me with the Karate Kid. That's true. Well, that's awesome, Daniel. At least I know it is your real name. That's very cool. Scott L. Happy New Year. TBH, not looking forward to 2024, but we'll see what happens. Everything I pre-ordered is out in 2025. Yeah, my pre-order list is fairly small as well. I think it'll be a little bit more extensive whenever Tweeterhead comes out with their bus, and also all of the Legendary Beast Studio stuff. I know Prime 1, there are some things that Prime 1 that I know about that you guys don't. And so there's going to be some exciting things, I think, that are going to be coming up soon that I will definitely be ordering. So my pre-order list, I think, will grow, but there's not a lot of that's actually going to come out in 2024, I don't think. However, if the edition sizes keep being small, then who knows? Maybe they'll get stuff out quicker. Maybe there won't be that 2-year turnaround time. Money wasted collecting another Brotherhood member. Thank you very much. Just saw this pop up. Happy New Year, Chris and chat. Thank you very much. I do apologize, guys. I usually have the lights on in here, but my phone is upstairs charging because, again, I did the room tour. I did it 4K, a 45-minute 4K. I had to delete half of my phone to get the edit to save, and so my phone is charging upstairs. So I do apologize, and sorry for the last second. Again, this was just kind of a random thought. We had some time to kill before our family's going out and about. So I thought, why not hang out with you guys for a little bit? Mark Chan, hey, Chris, where's the new diorama going? I think it would be perfect right smack in the middle of the room. Mark, right now it is right over here where I said it was going to be. It does hang over the edge of the lip about 4 inches. So you guys are going to see it in the room tour tomorrow. And so it works over there. I'm confident with it over there, but there is a chance that it could end up moving to the middle at some point. I'm curious as to what you guys think. And again, we'll talk about it more in future videos. What are you most looking forward to in the new year? Fred, I'm going to have some opportunities to hang out with some friends this year, do some traveling. So I'm looking forward to that. We have a cruise this summer, which I'm looking forward to. Just hanging out with you guys, collecting, just all of that good stuff. How about you, Fred? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. Condolences to him. Oh my God, Justin, that is ridiculous. So do you guys want to know like the conspiracy theory going on? So if you are a fan of the NFL, some people say it's scripted. So the last 3 or 4 years, they've had the NFL logo, right? And every year, the Super Bowl logo. They've had the Super Bowl logo, and every single year it matches the colors. Like it's announced in a year before or whatever, but it's matched the colors of the teams that are in the Super Bowl. A lot of times the Chiefs have been in there, blah blah blah. So earlier this year, the logo was red and purple, which a lot of people thought, okay, well, it's going to be the Chiefs Ravens in the Super Bowl because, again, it's lined up. But then they recently changed it to red and blue. So how it's kind of been going, a lot of people think, okay, well, now it's going to be a Chiefs Cowboys Super Bowl. And they said that a couple weeks back. Well, then during that game, the Lions were going to go up on the Cowboys, which clearly they reported to the referee that he was eligible. It's just bad. And so again, I just don't know. I don't know if I buy into any of that, but it is sometimes there's a lot of coincidences that tend to happen. So I do feel real bad for your Lions. Happy New Year, Chris, and to everyone in the community as well. Thanks, Renz. Thank you, Fine Tip Creative Studio. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy almost New Year, Chris and chat. Thanks, Jonathan. Happy New Year, everyone. HAQ. Feliz Año. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Año. Thank you, Henry. I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to order that Batman Joker diorama tomorrow in my bedroom. Well, the thing is that piece, it's just monstrous. So you have to have a very large shelf. The shelves that I planned for that piece is not big enough. Like I said, it hangs over 4 inches. So that is definitely not for every collector. Definitely consider the space and the size of it. And if it's not going to work, you might consider getting that Sideshow piece that's going to be coming out. Happy New Year, Chris. Thanks for the fun content throughout the years. Cheers. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Ice Dog. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun on this channel, and I can't thank you guys enough for being here with me. Just thank you very much. Hey, Chris, are you getting the Prime One Studios Batman Who Laughs new diorama? Ronaldo, I haven't ordered it yet. Believe it or not, a surprise. I'm coming out with a video that talks about my my maybes, and that'll be up probably on Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. It depends on if I do the live or not, but that is still a maybe piece. I haven't quite decided yet if I'm going to go there or not. I do really like it. Hey, Kenneth, thanks for being here. Scott L., can you give us any ETA on when the Legendary Beast Batman will go up for pre-order? I am hoping it is about the same price as Superman, which is $15.50 USD. I would imagine, Scott, I've heard rumblings from Jay that it'll be early. I would assume January, February, sometime in that time frame. It looks like he's pretty much painted and ready to go. They were tweaking a few things, obviously, but I think that especially like the thighs, they were going to narrow it down a bit. But yeah, I think that early in the year, January, February, most likely. Chris and Logan, Happy New Year to you. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, see, yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people feel like it is at this point. It's pretty crazy. A lot of coincidences. I can't wait for the Dark Side Catwoman and Prime One Pfeiffer Catwoman to ship. Again, you're going to love, I think, both of them. I love the Prime One piece from Blitzway, and I think we talked about the Dark Side Catwoman the other night, that I feel like they really need to do some professional shots of it, because I think it's a lot better than people are going to think. That I think it's a lot better than what the initial photos look like. If that makes sense. Fred, don't we all? I think we all wish we could win the lottery. Chiefs Ravens wouldn't happen though, because they're both AFC, but I get what you're saying. Oh, maybe it wasn't Ravens. Maybe maybe it was Vikings. I don't know who people predicted, but I don't know. But it's funny. If you look at the last few years, all of the colors match up. It's very weird, very strange. Jack is in the house. Happy New Year to you. Jack has got some really great pieces this year. Congratulations, Jack. Den is in the house. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to everybody. Scott L., if I screwed up that badly at my job, I would be shown the door. Those NFL refs really need to be held accountable. It seems like a lot of people were trying to, really sugarcoat it, but there was a number of people outspoken on TV that were really like, no, these guys messed up. The players clearly did what they're supposed to do. I didn't realize that the players and the coaches, they go into the referees before the game and they say, these are all of our possible trick plays. These are all the schemes. I didn't realize they talk about that before every game. And so there was just no question that it was communicated. So it's a royal F up is what it is. Justin McFly, Happy New Year's. Jazz Ink Batwing and Bat Signal installed. Been a wild year. Wow, that is incredible. That Batwing, it's just so freaking cool. Did you mount it? Oh.
How you doing?
I'm backstage.
Long time.
Oh my gosh.
I texted you.
I don't have my phone. My phone's charging.
Well, see?
It's upstairs. Well, I apologize. I feel horrible now.
That's okay. I don't know football. So
well, there you go.
You got the football stuff, and now you can talk to me.
Have you never been a football fan?
When I was like 11 years old in 6th grade, we used to bet a nickel on football games. And so I'd sit out with my dad watching Monday Night Football so I could win a nickel. But other than that, I've always been a tennis guy.
Tennis. That's awesome. I feel, is tennis more popular in California? I feel like it is a little bit more.
Nah.
No?
Pickleball. It's all pickleball.
No, God. It's everywhere, I think.
It's really annoying because it's eating up all the tennis courts.
I bet. Well, and see, it's funny because like we had some, kind of nice tennis courts that were in one of our big parks. And we had across the street from there where our arena is,
Yeah.
They had an old swimming pool, and it closed down years ago because we built a nice one with slides and a new water park. Well, they converted the old swimming pool, they filled it in, and then they made tennis courts, really nice courts all over it. And so then they've converted all the ones that were in the old park into pickleball courts. And because I think those are even used more than the tennis courts are.
Yeah. Yeah. Internationally, tennis is the 4th most popular sport in the world.
That's interesting.
Yeah. In fact, NFL doesn't make the top 10.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's almost 10 times as many fans of tennis internationally than there is football.
That's crazy. Well, it's fun to watch. I enjoy watching it from time to time.
Yeah, it's fun to play.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. We're having a quiet New Year's Eve, just me and the wife at home. Our son is 16 now, so he's off at a party with friends. And we've told him 12:30. He got till 12:30, so he'll be able to ring in the new year, but then we're picking him up.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to head out here in a bit. My son, Locke, is at we have like a trampoline park place in town. Yep. So he's there for a few hours, and then we're going to pick him up and go to the next event. So it'll be fun.
Oh, very good.
But I was like, we were talking like, we have 3 hours to kill. What are we going to do? So like, why not go live for a bit? I think I'm going to go live for a bit. And then I think I'm going to build my new Lego Batcave for a bit.
See, that's the way to ring in the new year right there.
Yeah, that's not bad. Then it's funny because we usually never do anything. Although I take their last, or what was it? 2019, we were in Disneyland, which was a lot of fun. But it was like God, what was it? I'm trying to remember. I think it was like an 18 or 19 hour day or something like that. And so, the kids were tired. So we counted down and then we left. But
this is the 2 weeks of the year that we can't go on our passes.
Oh, you're blocked out.
Yeah. So we can go starting the 4th, and we're going on the 4th.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So
well, I will tell you that if you even go to the concourse, you could see all the fireworks from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet.
It's a little different though. Not quite as much fun.
I heard that in front of It's a Small World is a pretty good spot to see the fireworks too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's some good places. Even in like Star Wars Land, you can see them really well from the Millennium Falcon area. Well, did you watch the craziness of the Batman versus Joker diorama?
I haven't watched it yet, which is why I didn't respond to Dan's message this morning saying how awesome it looked. But I'll get around to it.
It's so big.
Yeah. Did you decide top or bottom shelf?
Well, it's never going to go on bottom. It's on the top shelf, and I think I sent you guys the photo, but it's like it hangs over 4 inches or so.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is fine for me because I'm the only one in here. So, and if the room was narrow, I'd be worried about it. But it's so back heavy that it's not going to go anywhere. So it's still a possibility. I was saying that I filmed the room tour today. And it's always a possibility of moving it to the center, but I'm going to try it on the sides for now and just see.
Did you measure it?
I did during the review, and I don't remember what it was. Okay. It's very difficult to measure.
Oh, okay.
Because the cape, like, I'm trying to explain it. So, like here's Batman.
Yeah.
But then the cape goes like that. Like, so there's this big giant arc.
Right.
And if the cape could just go like that, but it can't, it's not pliable.
It's being carried by the wind.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But it's deceptive because in photos, it looks like the cape's pretty close to his back.
Right.
But it's not. So it really goes backwards quite a bit further than you think it does.
And it's interesting from the pictures I've seen of the LBS Batman, I was worried it was going to go far back and to the side, but it looks like it really is just to the side.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to go much further back than the base does. So that might help me a little bit as far as depth, but width is going to be, I'm sure, crazy.
I think so too. I think that's smart because I hate things that go too deep. Yeah. I'd rather it go wide than too far deep because I feel like it's harder to display.
Yeah, I can sacrifice another piece to make something happen with, but I can't create more depth.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't do it.
Yeah. Ben Hissel says, when in the comics was Two-Face in a purple and orange suit? That sounds very. I was going to say it sounds very from the beginning. He was always in that.
Comics number 66.
You're asking the right guy right here. He would know.
I wish I owned one.
Oh, you do? His first
No,
appearance?
I wish I did.
Oh, you wish you did. Yeah, I bet
did.
that one's not cheap.
No, it's expensive for sure.
Eric S says, what do you think about all the PFs from
I think all the PFs from 12 Days of Christmas are awesome. I think it's really cool. I'm curious, are they going to go 12 days of premium formats? I mean, that would be really, really awesome. I don't think they'll do that, but it's great for statue collectors. They actually did something pretty similar a couple of years ago, where in the first 5 or 6 days, we had all either premium formats, or like the Skeletor bust was in there, or there was a maquette. I can't remember which one. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome to have this many premium formats.
It is. I only heard half of that because I froze. So
I was just mentioning that, you know, everyone's talking like this is incredible. It's like, oh my God, that they're doing this. But the first 5 or 6 days 2 years ago was also really good.
Yeah.
It was mostly premium formats, and there was the legendary scale, or the Skeletor bust from Tweeterhead. There were like 5 or 6 really good days starting that one too.
I did reach out to Chad to see if they, you know, some of the Tweeterhead announcements might be part of this, but he is actually on safari overseas. So a
3 weeks.
yeah, I was going to say big trip. I talked to him before he left, and it was like a dream trip. So I'm really excited for them. Hopefully they'll have a great time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been, especially after last year was such a letdown where they didn't do it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because they could have, like, they had a lot of really good reveals from Penguin and Ivy and Destro. Like they could have done teasers of all those. I don't know why they wouldn't.
It baffled me. Between that and San Diego, it's like they just gave up last year, or for a calendar, not for calendar year, but the last year or so. And now they're just ramping up now. So yeah, it's exciting. I'm having a really good time this year. It makes Christmas and New Year's a lot more fun when you get that daily reveal. Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. It sounds like the Spider-Man clearly was teased a little early, or found out a little bit early, because that was today's.
I don't think those guys are going to get another sneak.
I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
Did find out that that's Ryan Kenneth Peterson that is the sculptor on that one, which is very cool. So he, I believe he's the one that did a lot of the bus, the life-size bus.
Oh, and he does traditional sculpting.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I thought that was really cool too. So I'm anxious to hear a little bit more about that. But he did post that today, so I was like, that's awesome.
Some people don't like that there's no nose, there's no bump for the nose, but there are some artists who showed him that way in the comics.
Well, we've only seen one photo, so we don't know. I mean, we might get different masks, or who knows.
I think it's likely, because those are the largest Spider-Man eyes I've ever seen. Yeah. So they might do an alternate with smaller eyes. A Spider-Man portrait has to be like the most affordable portrait to create.
You would think. I was going to say there's no.
Yeah.
I would think it'd be the hardest to paint, though, trying to get those little black lines in there. I would have trouble with that, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's see.
What do you think about Martin Canale being the sculptor on Constantine? That's different for him.
Yeah.
He's usually big, bulky guys. And, you know.
Do you think that will be that it will be a throne piece, like the art?
I don't know. That would be a really short piece. But I get the feeling that these Sideshow sculptors, especially the ones we've been familiar with for years, are being given a little more latitude. Some of them are actually being project managers on their own stuff. So who knows? Maybe that's his vision. He must be a big fan of the comic. I get the feeling maybe it's just a character that he really likes. I asked him if it was him, and he said yes, but I didn't ask if he has a history with the character.
Well, I would think that they would want to go as far different as what Prime 1 did. I mean, the fact that Prime 1's is quarter scale. And again, I think that's a hard one to beat because it's so well done.
But remember, Sideshow has stuff in development forever.
That's true.
That could be 2 years old for all we know.
That's true. So are you in a tough spot because you got the Prime 1 piece?
No, not really. Like you said, I don't think they're going to be able to beat the Prime 1 piece. they'll likely make a really nice piece, but I don't think I'll feel bad about my decision.
Yeah. I think you're just going to love it. I love that piece. It's so well done.
It's really, really cool. That's a keeper for sure.
Eli Monk says, Chris, what places can you find an older statue to buy like the Master Race? I recommend the buy-sell trade groups, kind of. Right now, like Batman Statue Collector, buy-sell trade, there's different groups out there. But the main thing is just be real careful because there's a ton of scamming going on right now. And so the best thing to do is for you to simply ask for a video of the statue, them talking about today's date and that sort of thing. But make sure that you actually see it, that it's not just photos, because a lot of times people will use other people's photos. It's sad that we have to do that, but if they're not willing to take a video, I would, because everybody's got a camera on their phone. I would pass. It
also helps to ask for references. Ask the community, do you know this person? Has anybody bought from this person?
Yep.
Sort of thing.
Great advice. Great advice.
You know who the safest people to buy from are? Us.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's true.
And other YouTubers, people that you know and have a reputation to protect, so they don't want to screw up the reputation by doing something stupid with the statue. I mean, yeah, I think just throwing up a post saying, does anybody know this particular person, is always a good idea.
Yeah. I also recommend this as a seller. Like I've sold 4 or 5 items in the last couple of weeks. And so what I did is I documented for them. I took photos of the interior of the box, and it boxed up with the label on it. And I took videos of the boxing process. Somebody did that for me recently when I bought the Master Race Batman. That was one of the best video experiences I've had, where everything was documented, gave me a lot of peace of mind. And so, you know, there's a lot of really good experiences out there. I think we hear about the negative ones a lot, but yeah, there's definitely ways to find really good stuff that's a little bit older. You could do eBay too, but people usually jack up the price because then they have to pay the fee. So if you want it kind of more retail or under retail, go Facebook, I think.
I was just talking to somebody on Facebook about this today. I don't normally buy from eBay because I don't like paying sales tax. And I don't like what is normally an inflated shipping cost.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if I see a price I like, I'm like, oh God, then I got to pay $100 in sales tax, another $80 in shipping or whatever. And suddenly it's way more expensive than I want it to be.
That's a good point. I forgot about tax.
Yeah.
So it's definitely more ideal, although I feel like maybe there's a little less scamming going on eBay. Maybe, I don't know.
It's just that the prices are so high.
Yeah.
No one's giving a fair price. So that was my argument today. Was someone was saying you can't expect to get retail, you got to charge less. And I'm like, no, you have to charge whatever the fair market value for that piece is. You don't charge retail for a Rebel Terminator.
Right.
You know, you're leaving way too much money on the table. But you also don't charge retail for Power Girl, because Power Girl is 25% off every other week at Sideshow.
Yep.
And she's just not worth retail anymore. So you just have to go with what is fair market value for that individual piece right now. And that's the fair price to sell at.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at with my samurai pieces. I'm selling below what I paid. For the most part.
Did you sell the penguin?
No.
Your price on the penguin shipped is crazy.
I know. And that is, you should see the box on it.
It's got to be huge.
It's going to cost me probably at least $200 to ship it.
I can't believe no one has snapped that up.
I can't either. But it's such a great piece. It's so big, and especially if you're a samurai collector. But I mean, I get that maybe not everybody likes him, but I was surprised too. And I just want to move on. Like I know I'm going to take a hit, but I just want to move on from it and just get it out of the way so I have room for the other things.
And do you still have the Joker?
I still have the Joker.
People. The Joker and the paint, were they like $8.50 each?
Yeah, $8.50 each shipped.
Shipped? That's crazy.
Yeah, I went to the storage unit the other day because I brought all of the boxes that I had in here. I got 6 boxes in the car, which I couldn't believe. But I brought those boxes back just in case. And I needed to get the box for the Catwoman because from the auction the other night. And so, yeah, I can't believe it didn't sell even at $8.50. But maybe somebody watching this will get it. Again, thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. Also, this guy right here needs a She-Hulk from Sideshow. So if anybody is selling her, which I think there only must be like 5 available in the world or something. Like, did they only make 5?
There's 500 exclusives. I just want one.
That's crazy.
One. I know.
I can't believe that that there's 500 people that have it. They're like, I'll never let it go. Like, I just can't believe that.
You know what I wonder is how many of those 500 have it boxed up? Not even displaying it.
Right.
I'll bet you 20% at least.
It's probably that evil George Raw.
Yeah, it's that guy.
Is he? Gosh, did you see how many he's got boxed up, not on display? I mean, it was like a ton.
Oh wow!
But he's converting his stuff right now to his new display. He rented an apartment to do all of his displays.
Wow!
Man, did you watch his Sonar Batman review?
No, I saw photos.
So you need to just go, and even if you don't watch it, just watch the first 20 seconds.
Oh, really?
He is at a guest house, somebody's guest house, but he pans over and he's like over the ocean in Switzerland. It's like everybody's like, the statue's great, but oh my God, the view is insane. You just got to watch the first 20 seconds. It's nuts.
I'll do that. But he's not happy?
He's not happy with he likes the sculpt and the way it looks, but he says it's just not accurate. It's not accurate to the film at all. Okay. I still wonder if that scene was just so dimly lit that it makes it hard to see what it was really like. But it in photos it looks very white.
Is he going to keep it?
I don't know. I think he's conflicted.
Yeah. So
I don't know what he's going to do.
Wow.
But we'll see.
That's always disappointing when you're not happy with a piece.
Yeah. And actually Joe Latour, I don't know if he's still in here. He was going to send me that piece. He's done that a couple times where he said, hey, can I send you my statue before I get it and review it and then send it on to me? And cool. I think he's done that for Jim a couple times. And so it's really nice of him. And he was going to do that piece, but then I think after seeing some reviews, he canceled it. So I don't blame him. I mean, if people aren't happy, I'm just surprised because I don't feel like Prime 1 has a ton of misses in terms of paint. But
so Ben Hizzle in the chat asked if I still have my Kitty Pryde. I do not. When I sold all my X-Men, I also sold the Kitty Pryde. That's that proximity piece where it's only which is a lot. I've had about 5 people ask me about that, but I did sell that one.
Happy New Year's to Jimmy G. Got Marcos here. Saying hello to Jimmy. Jack says it's only 26 likes so far. I don't know how many likes there are right now, but thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. We have 116 people watching right now. It's completely random tonight, so thank you everybody for tuning in. I didn't know if there'd be like 2 people out here that's not out partying tonight that would want to tune in, but 116. Thank you very much, guys. You're awesome. Jonathan saying hello to Jeff.
Happy New Year.
Scott L says most excited reveal of 12 Days of Sideshow so far. For me, it's that John Constantine. Yeah, I think. Again, I just love that they're doing some new characters. Like, that's exciting. And
I got to see him to answer that. You know, I'm really curious about the Dazzler.
Have they ever done a Dazzler?
No.
So that, again, I just feel like that's where that's right now in 2024, going into 2024. I feel like that's where a statue company could be the most successful. Yeah. I feel like we saw that with Penguin 1500 ES. Again, it might not be what they want it to be ES wise, but I still feel like that's a very strong ES compared to what we've seen in other places. So I feel like we're finally to a point where people are like, okay, well, maybe we'll finally put our money where our mouth is and, and pay for a Dazzler or pay for a Constantine. Cause I think Sideshow will do a great job on both.
Oh, also Betty Page. I'm very
yes, and good call, by the way. Completely predicted that.
It could be really, really cool. I'm so looking forward to seeing it.
And I had commented on her post. So I was just trying to see if she would respond, but she did not. Yeah,
you know how Sideshow is. I mean, they swear their creatives into secrecy.
Yes, they do.
Doesn't surprise me a bit. She didn't answer.
Yep. Scott L says you should build a custom podium for the Batman versus Joker diorama and vinyl wrap the podium to make it look like Ace Chemicals building. That would be cool. And again, it's very possible. What I've considered doing, and again, I talk about it a little bit with my room tour tomorrow, but if I did build a big podium with the Batman versus Joker in the middle, I thought about, instead of, obviously the movie pieces would have to go to the bottom shelves, and I would have to build bigger podiums, but to have all the Batmans. So have, the Hush Batman on a podium, the Tech 1000 on a podium, the Dark Knight Master Race, just have all the big Batman statues in the middle.
That would look really good.
I agree. It's the Batman statue collector, and then all the side shelves, it would give me more room to do all the villains. So
maybe you should do that.
Yeah.
As nice as that Catwoman is behind you, she doesn't need to be on a podium of her own.
Again, if I put them down, I actually moved Catwoman down this morning. I just wanted to see what she looked like down below. Mm-hmm. And I think the movie pieces would look really great. The problem is that I would have to sell Joker. Joker doesn't look good down below. I have nowhere else to put him in this room that would work. Yeah. And so that's really what I have to decide. I did like that the movie pieces are in the middle because that does separate it out completely. Yeah. But at the same time, the Batman pieces are so big and impressive that I do think that all together, again, I am the Batman statue collector, so it just makes sense that it would maybe be in the middle. And I could just keep adding more. I mean, the Legendary Beast could go there, just whatever third scales come out, that's where they would go.
You know what? I'm over separating movie versus comic, as you can tell behind me.
Well, and for whatever reason, like yours works for me. I don't know. And maybe it's because you do have an eclectic group of characters but and I just feel like in your collection, it just works. And maybe it's the size of the room. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But I just always like how you've done your stuff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to do a room tour pretty quick.
Oh, good. Yeah, you should do a end of the room. Everybody's doing the end of the year room tour or new 2024 room tour.
Yeah, I'll do a beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan says it would be awesome if it's all statues for 12 days, and yes, it would. I think that we have a shot, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know if they'll all be like premium format type statues. They might be some smaller stuff, but
I bet we're going to get Pulp Vixens, and that's going to be premium format.
It's got to be this coming week. I would assume it's got to be those, at least a teaser.
Well, no, we already had the teaser. I think we're going to see it.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer for sure.
That'd be great.
I still I'm assuming you saw Eric's post the other day where he posted the fake Riddler.
Yeah. Yeah, he's bold to do that again.
Oh my God. I was like, you're gonna get so much crap. I love it. A lot of people saying Happy New Year. Superman saying Happy New Year. Mitchell Lawrence, Happy New Year. Greetings from New York, from Detroit Rock City. I love it. J Rob. Yeah, statue reveals from Sideshow have been good. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting caught up here. Yeah. Scott L says, can't wait to see Jeff's collection next to Swamp Thing. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to that for sure.
That XM pieces is that XM Swamp Thing so good.
No, Sideshow hasn't lost their touch.
I don't think so at all. I think they're top of their game. I think that they kind of have pivoted a little bit just with their strategies, but man, I mean, just look at this penguin coming out. Like, how great! I mean, everybody seems to really love it. I don't worry about Sideshow at all.
I think they made a conscious decision to hold back for about a year, and I think now they're ramping up again.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to pay off.
Yep.
John Metcalf says, I need to stop drinking or I'm going to end up pre-ordering something. I think that there might be a couple people doing that too tonight. Yeah. eBay is another, but make sure to look at the reviews. Yeah. Talking about earlier. Hoping to get something from one of you guys. Well, I say I've got a penguin and a Joker. If you're interested in the samurai line, I just sold the Harley this week. And it went to a collector in the KC area, which was really cool. Got to hit him extremely fast, and he posted in the group. He's got a really cool collection. He just started out. Yeah. Fred says, stupid ads. I know, Fred. Happy New Year's, Chris and Jeff. Thank you very much, Secret Avenger. Sorry, I'm just getting kind of caught up here. Secret Avenger says, I have a few for sale at really good prices, but no takers.
No She-Hulk.
Yeah, no She-Hulk, clearly. This needs to be the year of the villains. I like that, Fred. I think we're going to have a lot of heroes this year, to be honest. Again, with what Legendary Beasts is doing with their Justice League stuff. Also, some incredible customs, and also some incredible busts from Tweeterhead. I think that we're going to have a lot of heroes this year. If I had the money, I would have bought that penguin. Oh, no worries, Blackbird. It's available if you reconsider. Sliding through, thank you very much. The Namek says, I sell on Mercari. I like Mercari better than eBay. Only sold small scale items there. I've never sold on there. Did the Secret Sanctuary get rid of the Prime 1 Dark Knight Returns? I remember watching his review, which made me buy it.
I owned it for one day.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, some members of the family were not happy with it. So I sold it the next day to someone local.
Was it the blood?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that was probably the first 1/3 I ever received, and it was so prominent in the room and bloody, and my son was much younger.
Yeah.
And I was just decided it wasn't right. So no big deal.
Understandable. Now it'd be like, no big deal now. Yeah. Sold my She-Hulk exclusive with light pole from Sideshow for $1,200 back in 2016.
So that's a premium format, and that still goes for good money. But it's not, to me, my big deal with She-Hulk is that she has a certain personality, a certain tone. And while there are many She-Hulk statues, including like 3 customs out right now, none of them capture her personality as well as that 1/5 scale.
Ben Hizzle, I don't know if you read this or not. I was going to trade you the She-Hulk for the Kitty Pryde. Dang it! I hope he's joking.
I hope he's joking, because I would have done that for sure if I still had.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That Spider-Man looks good from Sideshow, but we need different Marvel pieces like Loki, for example. Has Sideshow never done a Loki premium format?
No.
They've done a movie one.
They did a movie one?
Yeah, they did the Tom Hiddleston one.
I have no memory of that.
Let me see if I can find it.
Queen did one.
Yeah, Queen did one, but Sideshow did one too.
Yeah, Rapture 724. I am looking for the 1/5 scale. That's right. The one where she's holding the cab door and the mouse is dragging the piece of pizza on the base. That one. But the exclusive, because I like the hairstyle and her smile on the exclusive portrait.
All right, here is Loki coming up. To refresh your memory.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember it now?
I wonder if it was before my time.
It might have been. It was only like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Then no, I'm just having a moment.
let me get that off there. You can see the base.
I don't remember like ever seeing that in San Diego, or it looks all right.
Yeah. I don't know what the ES was on it, but I don't know. I mean, you don't see it very often. You don't see it in people's collections very often.
No, you don't. It's true.
Let's see. First statue of the year will be Uncharted Prime 1 statue. That's a good piece. I really like that. Somebody just got it. Was it Virtual Devil that got it, but something was broken on it, I guess, or somebody. I can't remember.
Is that the French guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like his videos.
I do too. He just came out with the videos that said it kind of made it sound like he was going to quit YouTube, but really? he just I wasn't able to see what he was saying. That's the only problem I don't like about his content is I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
But he does really good.
So beautifully.
He does. It is really good presentation. Anyway, he had basically said in the video that he is going to spend more time, kind of balance more time with his family and do only 3 videos a week. So I think he does daily like I do. But he wants to try to.
You guys are nuts.
We are nuts.
There's no way I could do that.
I lost my sanity years ago, so that helps. And I'm pretty sure that I have undiagnosed ADHD. I'm pretty sure. Because I didn't realize, like I was talking to my mom about a year ago, because I was like, was I hyper as a kid? Because I don't remember being hyper as a kid. She's like, oh my God, you were so hyper as a kid. So I guess I was.
Interesting.
Who knows? But like most 80s kids, we just dealt with everything.
Yeah, totally.
Star Wars Mythos. Yes, I would assume that there will be one. I can't imagine there not being one.
Could be.
Brad Ladner says, Happy New Year, Corn Chip. That is his loving nickname for me. So thank you very much, Brad. Hope you're having a great New Year's Eve. By the way, statues are 100% worth it. I only have statues because they increase in value more than stocks do. Well,
depends on the stocks you buy, I guess.
Yes, it really does. And, there was a time where 100% statues were a great investment because you could usually make money on most of them. These days, it is definitely a buyer's market. So I think it's still worth it, yes, but I don't know if I would count on them always making money for you.
I have never counted on them. I've never even considered them an investment.
And I know a lot of people, they get mad when they, if somebody, like with my penguin, I'm selling my penguin and Joker well below what I paid. Mm-hmm. I mean, by far. But I also take into consideration of the time that I spent with it, that I enjoyed it. It is it's a used piece of art. Yeah. And sometimes it appreciates, sometimes it doesn't, but I still got enjoyment from it. So I don't look at that as saying like, well, God, I'm going to lose $500 on that. I'm like, well, did I get $500 worth of enjoyment from it? Sure.
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it.
And sometimes I think, well, I made 200 on this one. I can lose 200 on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Justin says that Riddler post confused me greatly because I'd already seen the announced release for that day, so I thought it was a leak at first. Man, Justin, I'm hoping. I hope, because I feel like this is the time to strike and to give us that new Riddler. So we'll see. I think if we do get a Riddler, let's say, I think it'll be the very last day. I think it'll be the 12th reveal.
You know what? I think that'll be Pulp Vixens.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, you were right about Miss Betty Page, so we'll see. Do you think Sideshow or any other company will be at San Diego Comic-Con? So one of our collector friends, I guess, was with some Sideshow people at a convention, and it's not looking great according to them. Never say never, but I think, me personally, I think Sideshow is real happy doing their online convention. It's a lot less. It's much more cost effective. Would I love to see them back at the show? Yes. I think we'll still probably see like Iron Studios and some of those type of companies, maybe Blitzway represented again. It was sad to see less companies. I mean, Jeff and I were both there and we still had a great time, but the presence was missed for sure.
But there were several companies there.
There were.
You still had Iron Studios. You still had Blitzway. You had Syndicate, which some people are worried about because the owner is of dubious reputation.
Right.
But he had a big display with some cool stuff. Who else? Mondo was there. Who else am I missing? There was other stuff.
Like I said, the Blitzway had the little represented booth. J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah.
And that's where Sideshow was. He took over the Sideshow area and had that giant booth with what, maybe 4 or 5 pieces on display.
Yeah, and then that new Weta piece with the LOTR piece with the big bird.
Yeah,
was it on display at one of the booths? So there was a lot to look at, but absolutely Sideshow was missed. But there was more there than I expected.
Me too. So I feel like it definitely was, we still got our statue fix.
Yeah.
For sure. Josh is going to start the Lord of the Rings 2 Towers with his wife tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Buckle up. That's what, 3 hours?
Yeah.
Golden Boy, what's the price of the Samurai Penguin? So I am selling the Samurai Penguin for $850 shipped in the United States. Same with the Joker Orochi B. It's version B with the extra mask. And so, yeah, $850.
You will not find a better price.
After this week, I might just sit on it. I might box them up and sit on it, and the price will go back up. So this is just kind of my New Year's Eve sale, and we'll see what happens. I really do love that Michelle Pfeiffer behind you, but I want Darkseid, hoping I made the right choice. We're going to find out. I think that she will be shipping, obviously, hopefully, fingers crossed, early in 2024. But we'll see.
You get the unmasked portrait.
You do, and I think that's going to be the biggest selling point. I don't, and again, I don't know. I don't have 100% confirmation, but I don't think Prime 1 is going to do an unmasked portrait. Never say never. It's possible, but I just don't see it happening. And so I feel like if you want that Michelle Pfeiffer unmasked portrait, I feel like this might be your only opportunity.
Yep.
Happy New Year to Rain G4. Am I an idiot for wanting to sell my Dark Knight Returns Superman so I could use those funds toward the LBS Batman? No, I don't think so either. I think, it's whatever. Obviously, the new shiny thing is going to get our attention, but I think that Batman is phenomenal, and it's very different. It's different than a Prime 1 piece. I think the texture is different. The paint's going to be different. Obviously, Jeff has some in hand, and he testifies to how fun they are. We can see them all lined up and how good they're going to be. And especially if you're a Batman fan, like me, knowing that we're going to get a Ra's al Ghul and a Clayface and whoever else in third scale, I mean, I'm sold 100%.
So 100%. Keep in mind, we don't have to own these forever.
Right.
If enjoy them for as long as you want to, and then move them on to the next person to enjoy them. That's just the way it is.
That's right. Rapture 724 says, She-Hulk, you're the 1/5. Yes, that's the one he's looking for.
Yeah, I wish it was 1/4, but I'll take it in 1/5. Yeah.
The problem with Sideshow Power Girl is that her portrait makes her look like a soccer mom in her mid-40s.
That's a pretty good-looking soccer mom, and there is the other portrait.
Yeah. Why is your Shadizzle only on that 720? 1080 would triple the viewer count for sure. I don't know about that, but I think it costs me for 1080. I think it's like $1,000 a year, $1,200 a year for me to go up to 1080. I've thought about it. I just don't know if the cost would justify. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should go 1080? I don't know.
I think it would only benefit people watching you on a 70-inch screen.
Yeah.
Anybody looking at you on an iPad or a laptop or a phone is getting very clear images.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get a new She-Hulk during the 12 days of Sideshow. We've actually talked about that. That would be
awesome.
It would be awesome. It's been a minute since they've done her as a quarter scale, especially.
Yeah.
Over under on Honorary Creations Flash actually releasing this year. I'm not sure which one that is. Can't remember.
Flash. I remember their Terminator and their their Terminator didn't look too good.
Wow. Kevin says, Jeff, now that you've had Frankie Reborn for a while, do you still love it?
How can you not love her? I mean, don't we look good together? Aren't we a good pairing?
Yep.
I think she'll look really good next to Betty Page.
Yes, she will.
I'm looking forward to that.
And we think it's going to be a real similar looking pose, kind of reclined like that. Any chance we get a Neil Gaiman? Sandman.
Neil Gaiman is the writer of Sandman, one of the best writers in the business. He's also a good novelist. Yeah, I don't know why we haven't gotten one already, especially since we're getting Constantine. It'd be great to get Sandman and get Death and maybe some of the other Endless. Sandman's awesome.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys know how to find pieces that are 10 plus years old? There are some that I absolutely love. Again, just look at the buy sell trade. There's so many statues right now for sale. Again, just do your due diligence. Ask for videos, not photos.
Post a want to buy thread in those forums or those Facebook groups.
Like what you love what you like, and sharing isn't bragging. That's right. We do this because we are in it to share our passion for collecting, like-minded individuals. Thoughts on the CGC cracked case issue? I don't know if you saw my video the other day.
Yeah, I did. But I got thoughts.
Huh?
I got thoughts.
I bet you do. It's insane. Like the ramifications are extremely concerning to me.
Well, it's interesting because it sort of looks like it's one guy that's been doing this. The problem is he's probably been doing it for a long time. It could be as far back as 2011.
Wow.
It could be as far back as 2006. And
I need to stop you there, because one thing I didn't really mention in my video was that they're not doing this for the modern books. Like they are doing it for the really, really old, expensive versions of these books. So like if people are worried about, a Detective Comics 1000 being switched out, like you don't have to worry about that at all.
There's no money there. Yeah.
There's no money there.
What he's doing is he's targeting books that have specific aspects to them that make it very profitable. For example, Hulk 181 has something in it called a Marvel value stamp. And in some copies, you were meant to cut them out. They had a dotted line. You were supposed to cut them out, and they created some kind of value for you. So copies that have that, if you submit them to CGC, go into a green qualified label. If it does have that, it goes into a blue universal label. Obviously, the blue label is going to be worth a lot more than the incomplete green label. So if he can crack open that 181 and slip it into a blue label 181, he can make a lot of money. And then he can send in that now raw, legitimately blue 181 and get it regraded. And he's got the same book he had before. So there are some books like that really benefit from this sort of tampering. The problem is, the problem for him is they know who he is. CGC in the last few years has given people images of the books that they've certified. Well, but a lot of people don't realize is CGC has been photographing those books for a lot of years, long before they were giving them to customers. So the evidence is going to be there of an original submission and a resub on the same certification number. They have all of that information, and they brought in the FBI. So that guy's screwed. He's completely screwed, and he's canceled all of his social media. He's trying to disappear. I haven't seen any evidence that goes beyond that guy, but it could be a lot of books. It could be 1,000 books. It could be a lot, but they're going to be ASM 300, ASM 238, Hulk 181. People have looked at his history, and you can see what books he's targeting. And those are the ones you can really focus on to see. But CGC, which has had other problems in the past, comes up with a solution that will eventually rectify this and instill some sort of confidence in the community. They're going to have to do something with their case to make it more tamper resistant to heat, obviously. They've already said they're going to compensate any person who has been financially disrupted by these events.
Wow.
And they will do that. Absolutely. So it's going to cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I know the president of CGC, Matt Nelson. He's a really good guy. He's been in the hobby since he was 10 years old, just like me. I pointed him out to you last year at San Diego.
Yes.
Really great guy. He has some YouTube videos out on how to grade and that sort of stuff. He's going to do this right, and he can do what he can on CGC side as far as improving the slab. The investigation, of course, is now out of his hands and with the FBI, but I'm sure he's providing them with all that documentation, all the photographs, everything that they want to make that work. It's a big deal, but CGC will get through this. They've gotten through bad things before, and they'll get through this.
I was almost thinking trying to think of what they could do with the case, how could they change it? Mm-hmm. And I almost wondered if they could do little, mini corner die packs or something where if it is opened, it would, destroy the book, which would make it, so no one would ever want to crack it.
Well, no, it wouldn't do that, because you have to remember there's an inner well. So it's kind of like a Mylar sleeve.
Yeah.
That the book is
it's already sealed. Yeah, it's already sealed.
Yeah. So they could do something like that, but I'm not sure that would be the way they'd want to go. They do want people to be able to crack them open, but they want there to be evidence that it was cracked open, which is what happens if you don't heat it up.
Hold on just a second. All right, so we thought we were going to go to this party at 10:30, but apparently it starts at 9:30. So
you got 18 minutes, dude.
So yes, so I have to wrap this up. I'm getting this shepherd hook, and I'm getting pulled off. So anyway, I'm sorry that we have to end this, but I thank you for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun.
Super fun.
I hope you have a great New Year's Eve. I hope everybody else out there has one. Be safe. Have a great time. Again, my room tour is coming up tomorrow, so watch that. And it sounds like Jeff is going to make one here real soon as well. So make sure you check out Secret Sanctuary. And so, yeah, thanks for joining me. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm out.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye. Happy New Year.
So long.